Hello Aries, and welcome to your April 2022 tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me once again, Aries. You guys have been by far my biggest supporters in the past month, and I can't believe how the Aries family is growing on the channel, and you've become one of my favorite readings to do. I'm just really happy to be here. So last month's energy, you were in King of Wands energy, taking control, taking charge of something, finding your place in the world. I feel when it comes to the things that you do, the things that inspire you. So we'll see what this month brings in. Let's start by picking the energy supporting you, Aries, through the month of April. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so weird because this morning I was reading about the Nine of Swords. So I'm really happy this card is coming out. It looks scary. Any card that is, black in the tarot with some type of symbol of anxiety, nightmare, fear. A lot of people don't like these cards when they actually bring so much medicine, so much good things. So the Nine of Swords is when we take a moment to look at the things we fear, the fears that are really hidden deep inside of us, the things that you don't share with anyone, okay? The things that are really personal to you that you wouldn't necessarily share to a friend, like you don't feel you have space to open up to anyone about it. It's too tender, it's hidden deep, okay? So with this card, we transform the idea of this fear is real, this is blocking me, into this fear is actually made up in my mind. I am not in danger. I am able to push through that and to learn from it. So there's definitely some type of big lesson that's going to be happening for you this month. And I'm happy that the Nine of Swords is the general energy. It means that when it comes to your spirituality, your mentality, like everything that is deep rooted inside you, the stories that society created, or your family, or the stories that you created as a child about yourself, something is changing. You're about to free yourself. You're about to go through this really powerful phase when it comes to realizing, again, that fears might not be your truth. So Seven of Wands, you're definitely passionate about something. There's something that you want. There's an end goal here. So this card is an invitation to look at, why are you blocking yourself from success, from pushing through, from repeating to yourself that, yeah, I can do this. No question, you can definitely do it. But again, the brain is bringing up a lot of stories. So this is going to be a big month for you, okay? Nine of Cups, I knew it. What fears are blocking you from achieving your goals? From truly believing that this is it. I deserve this Nine of Cups. I deserve to live my dream life. So again, stories like how we were raised, how society raised us. Sometimes I noticed that the Nine of Swords comes up when we realize that when we were younger or a teenager, someone said something to us and it really stayed with us. Again, stories that we created about ourselves. So someone called you a name when you were a kid, or whatever it is. It could be your parent. It could be one thing that someone said to you and it stayed with you. Humans, we remember the negative shit. We do, much more than the positive, okay? So there's something switching here. Again, I deserve happiness. This is my dream. This is my goal, and I'm gonna get it. And yeah, fear might come up, but it's not my truth, okay? So beautiful, Nine of Cups, beautifully balancing this Nine of Swords. And you know how I feel about repetitive number. You already know, if you're here, that I truly know deep down that this is always a sign. There's always some type of sign guiding you when you see repetitive numbers. So with the 6 of Swords, again, see, you're leaving behind something, a way of thinking about yourself, a way of talking to yourself, putting yourself down, judging yourself from past mistakes. You can reinvent yourself every day. And I don't want to sound too woo-woo and crazy, this is definitely deep energy. This is nothing on the surface, so I have to go deep without sounding too crazy. But Aries, with the 6 of Swords, you're changing something. You're leaving behind a way of thinking that hasn't been serving you. The things that you've been saying about yourself that are more negative, the stories, again, they're not your truth. Where does it come from? This is something you're going to be faced with this month. So deep, deep work. But it is your birthday time. It is your season. Aries season is really intense. It's like the new year. So we're faced with a lot of things. What do we need to release? What needs to be coming with me in this new era of my life? Okay, so beautiful. You're changing, evolving, and you're supposed to change. You're supposed to go through these really intense moment of realization. You're going to be realizing something about yourself, and it's something that's been with you for a really long time. Tell me more about Aries in the month of April. We have the Sun and the Queen of Cups, so you see how things are turning around. So this is seeing the 9 of Swords. It's not like this is how you're going to feel. No, this is the medicine. So with the Queen of Cups and the Sun card, you are opening to happiness. You're opening to your true authentic self. And with Queens, you know that you're going to be learning to nurture yourself in a better way. Okay, this is water energy. This is not something you're comfortable with, Aries. Again, what do you need to release? What needs to stay in the past for you to step into this beautiful new beginning? It's time for you to open your arms to happiness. I feel like you're definitely learning to give that cup to yourself, to give that love to yourself in ways that didn't feel right before. So something is definitely changing. And I don't feel like this is about someone else, Aries. It comes from you, and it's time you give yourself the credit for how much work you've been doing spiritually, mentally. So beautiful. With the Sun, we are opening the heart space, doing what feels right, choosing ourselves, okay? Choosing happiness in the little moments. This is not about being, focus on the good vibes only and only seeing the positive and ignoring there's balance with the Sun card. This is the heart space. The heart space is not always a happy place with rainbows and butterflies, okay? The Sun can be draining. It can be overwhelming. So again, this is all things you're going to be facing this month. Like, why does it make me feel so uncomfortable sometimes to say yes to myself, to do the things that feel a little selfish, that are just for me? Where does that come from? So beautiful. Listen, Aries, you guys are going through some major change, kind of an awakening, a rebirth. And again, I know it sounds woo-woo sometimes. I'm just letting you know that energetically, totally normal if your feelings are all over the place, just like this deck right now. So we have, what card came out? The 2 of Pentacles. So with the 2 of Pentacles, we're respecting our own timing, our own rhythm, okay? Waking up one morning and not right away obsessing about, what do I have to do today? I have to do this much work, and I have to show up for this person, I have to answer this email. And I know that it's easier said than done. Like, we all have obligations, jobs, family to take care of, whatever it is that you have to do on a daily basis. There's going to be some type of change when it comes to your rhythm, when it comes to your timing. Accepting that you only have two hands. Some of us don't even have two hands. Some of us don't even have hands. So you only have a certain amount of time in a day. Make sure that you respect your own timing, okay? So changing the way, again, you speak to yourself, changing the way that you bring yourself down because, oh, I didn't do even half the work I was supposed to do today. Is this asking yourself, what I'm doing, is it necessary today? Do I have the energy to do it? And if you have to do something for work, there's a deadline, something important about your health, about your family, how can you respect your own timing with that? And how can you nurture yourself, Be nicer to yourself in times of stress and in times of deadlines, when you have to do something. So again, I feel like you're learning to balance emotions. And that sounds really like general, but there's something really important here changing within you, Aries, and it feels beautiful. I feel like so many of your readings were about someone else, about a past person coming back and an ex and you falling in love. I feel like your readings have been a lot about someone else, and it's time you take your power back, okay? There's going to be the love readings, of course, this week for knowing all about someone else, but right now you're figuring out a lot of shit about you, and you should be proud of yourself. Redefining what balance is for you. Again, respecting your timing and your rhythm. I really, really like that. And anytime you see an infinity loop symbol in the tarot, the things you're learning right now, the feelings you're experiencing, and this kind of transformation, it's staying with you forever. That's why the infinity loop is here. It's staying with you forever. You're forever changed. Beautiful. Okay, tell me more about Aries. What's coming up in the month of April? What's coming up in the month of April? We have here 4 of Wands. The moment I talked about balance, and I felt like I was so cliche about it, because I feel like it's so easy to just throw that word out there, like balance, you're feeling so balanced. Like, what is that? What does that mean? To me, it's looking at all the sides of something. Letting yourself not be perfect all the time. And with the 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, there's definitely something powerful guiding you. The 4 of Wands is Venus and Aries, the two opposites. This is like the Emperor and the Empress in one card. Okay, so yeah, there could definitely be love in your life. I do believe that you're finding love within yourself before anything. That's why the Queen of Cups is here, the Sun, the 9 of Swords also. But with the 4 of Wands, yeah, you could be opening up to something more. You could be opening up to love and be ready to love in a better way, in a healthy way, and receive love that matters and count, and again, healthy, balanced love. So you're finally receiving kind of the payback of all the seeds you've been planting. I feel it's time. It's definitely time. We have 6, 6, 9, 9. So beautiful. And the 4 of Wands is the 11 card. There's always some type of sign coming in when I see this card come out in any reading. Some type of synchronicity, some type of deeper knowing, like your intuition is definitely on point. Something is changing within you. And if you're still watching after all that talk, definitely you feel that something is changing within you. And you're ready for that change. And that's what I like about that. So see, again, the balance. the perfect balance between the Emperor and the Empress, between the Mars, Aries, and the Venus energy. It's just beautiful. And it's not just about someone else bringing that into your life. It's about you, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. You're kind of nurturing your dark side in a way. And I know it sounds weird, but it's coming out strongly for me right now, Aries. Give me 2 more. This is a beautiful reading. I look at these cards and I'm like, hell yeah. Give me 2 more for Aries. 1, 2. Okay, what do we have here? The Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Page of Swords. So you're going to be faced with a lot of this timing, rhythm energy. Okay, this is going to be a challenge for you this month. Beautiful. You can face it. Okay, so especially that it's your birthday and you could be celebrating something or not wanting to celebrate. You could be confused about, like, do I want to have people celebrate me? Yes, no, I don't know. Do I want to be seen? Do I want to stay more comfortable at home, nurture myself? There's going to be a little inner conflict about that. Do I want to be seen? Respect your limits. Again, there's definitely a calling about respecting your limit, respecting your timing. You don't have to make a decision right now. You can wake up and feel like, okay, today I want to see people. Who's available is going to be available, and that's it. I feel like there is some type of calling to communicate how you feel a little bit more. You're not going to change just waking up one day being like, I'm a perfect communicator and I'm telling everybody how I feel. This is not how it works. But how can you start today? The pages to me are like little steps. How can you start today to just say something that's on your mind? Empty yourself a little bit. Just like, okay, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this month. I don't know how I feel about my birthday. I don't know if I want to show off. And on the opposite, it could be like, you know what? I want to be seen. I want people to celebrate me. I want to go out. I want to do something new. And I want it to be on my own terms. So speak up for yourself, even if it's just starting small, especially if you are in a committed relationship, if you live with someone, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a roommate. It could be a friend. If you have someone in your day-to-day life, make sure you, instead of blocking yourself off, just tell them how you feel. And even if tomorrow morning you don't feel the same way, that's okay. You're supposed to change. So I feel like I'm definitely channeling some type of energy of someone who's been not saying too much. Like, I'm making sure I'm not saying too much in case I change my mind, in case this isn't me anymore in like a week or so. Like, you're allowed to change. There's definitely some type of rhythm here. You are changing and evolving, and there's going to be a lot of contrast in the way you feel and the things that you say. Just let yourself be. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to sound perfect. Okay, so again, deep work. And I know you guys. Some people are going to be like, what is that reading? Pick cards and stop telling me what to do. I know some people are this way, but the collective, the Aries who really needs to hear this message are going to take a lot out of it, because this is definitely important messages. And I know the Aries who are ready to hear that. So let's dive deeper. Let's look what is happening in April for you. What is happening in April? Okay, again, the Justice card. I told you there's something about balance. I told you. Give me one more. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands in the Justice card. You're focusing on yourself. You're being selfish in the best way. Don't let anyone tell you that being selfish is a bad thing, especially this month, especially in your season. Focused on your own magic, on your creativity, on what makes you you. I think that you could definitely be inspired by all these internal change to create something, bring something outside of you. If you're an artist, if you love to create, if you consider yourself even a witch. Queen of Wands is the witch of the tarot. Like being focused on what makes you you, on your talent, bringing them out into the world. And if the Justice card is here, it's all part of the process of changing. Being confident with what you put out, what you bring into the world, how you move into the world, how you show up into the world. There's something that's changing with your confidence. Even if you already feel like you're the most confident person, there's something changing. It's more balanced. It really comes from you, from the internal, and not how necessarily other people perceive you or their opinion of what you do. And I like that. You're focused on the inner flame. You're an Aries, you're a fire sign. There's always something boiling inside you. Always. There's always something that wants to come out. Sometimes you just don't acknowledge it. But I feel, especially with Aries season, there's something that needs to be birthed. A project, an idea. It could just be you telling someone this idea that you have, you writing a song, you starting to journal, you, whatever it is, I don't care. I don't care if you build car toys or something, like something you're building with your own hands. There's definitely something that needs to come out of you. And April is going to be a good month for that. I feel like it's helping you balance all the internal change. Because when we go through so much internal change, Aries, what is frustrating is that sometimes it's not showing up in the external. Like people are not necessarily going to notice. And that's why there's this need to speak up, to show up, to be like, this is me. This is the new me. And this is how I feel today. Take it or leave it. 4 of Cups in the reverse. So you're being more available for yourself and for other people. Also, being focused on yourself a lot more than usual. So again, there's this balanced energy. You're going to be saying yes in the month of April to things that usually you might just not even think about and say no right away. Someone could invite you to go somewhere and you're like, yes, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to step out of my comfort zone. So there's definitely, again, some type of quote unquote confusion when it comes to, do I want to show off? Do I want to get out there? Or do I want to focus on work and nurturing myself, staying home, not seeing too many people? Again, it's like there's going to be times where you feel like you have to get out of your comfort zone. But when you do, it's going to pay off. It's going to feel really good. But it's just saying yes. It's that thing. It's saying yes to yourself, saying yes to an opportunity, an invitation that's going to be maybe more difficult. You might get in your head a lot about it. How can you get out of your head and check in with your body? Like, does it feel good? Someone is asking me to go somewhere. Someone is asking me to do something. How does it feel in my body if I'm not letting my brain just say like, no, you don't have time. No, you have to stay home. No, you don't feel good. Oh, your body looks this way right now and you don't feel nice about it. Oh, my hair looks a certain way. Like there's always these, it can be anything. The stories that are coming up in any situation. How do you let that affect you? How do you let that guide your life? Like how can you listen a little bit more to your soul, a little bit more to what the heart wants, what feels good, instead of letting the brain and the ego just like trigger you all the time. And that's not easy work. Like it takes a lot of practice, a lot of messing up. But I think that this is where you are right now, energetically. This is the type of lesson you're learning. And it's really powerful. It's really big. And you're just like an improved version of yourself. Give me 3 more. Okay. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So this is like a beautiful sum up of everything I just said. The Fool is the soul of the tarot. How can you listen a little bit more to what the soul wants instead of what the brain and the ego is telling you constantly? You know, beautiful. With the 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands in the reverse, again, you're respecting your own timing. Things are not making you mad as much anymore. Things are much more comfortable because you are following your own rhythm, your own natural rhythm, which it takes a while to respect that because we have so many obligations. And I'm not overlooking that. People have serious obligations. And it's like, I'm here to tell you to take a chill and take time in the morning and follow your own rhythm. You must be like, what the hell? Like, I have shit to do, and that's beautiful. But how can you give a little bit more space to yourself, nurturing yourself, checking in? Like when, again, there's an invitation, there's an email coming in, there's this that your boss wanted you to do, there's this that your partner wanted you to do. It's like, okay, how can I check in? Like, what feels good right now? What is possible for me to do today? That's the rhythm. That's what it's all about. If something is not necessary, just wait a little bit, you know? And that can be really confrontational, like to not do something right away. Just not answering an email right away, to me, feels like torture sometimes. Like, I definitely have to work on my own timing around that. And I know that Aries, you guys are like that. If you have a bunch of stuff to do, you're going to try to do it like as fast as you can. But again, there's something changing about the way you do things, about the way you work, about your own rhythm. And this is really powerful. And this is, I haven't seen a reading like this in a really, really long time. Again, this is focused on you only. I will bring the love reading in a couple days for you, Aries, but I feel like this was so important and I hope you got something out of it. Let me pick 2 oracle cards for you, Aries. Okay, we have movement. Inspiration is drawn to motion. Listen, this is all about the rhythm, how you move into the world, how you accomplish things, your relationship with the things you do. And also Queen of Wands energy, what it is that you have that you want to create, what it's in you that needs to come out. How can you work on your own magic? What does it mean for you, your own magic? What is that thing that you have that no one else have? They don't do it like you. Only you can do it that way. You have something really special, and I think that it wants to be birthed. Cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. So always, always, always important. Like, who do you want around you? Who are you going to open up to? Who feels safe to be your true authentic self around? And of course, the goal is to be our true authentic self constantly. Like, this is the goal, of course. But we're starting small with the Page of Swords, taking little steps. Like, how am I being aware of who I have around me, how their energy affects me, and making sure that you respect your own limits and timing, okay? Beautiful. You should be really proud of yourself, Aries. Thank you. If you watched till the end, definitely you're going to be keeping something out of this, even if it's just one sentence, even if it's just the word rhythm. Think about that. What is your own rhythm, your natural rhythm of doing things, and how your relationship is changing with your fears? Letting them control you, what fears are true and what fears are made up, stories that we made up from our childhood or whatever. So A lot to think about here, okay? And remember, the Two of Pentacles here is center energy. The infinity loop is, again, a confirmation that what you're going through is staying with you forever. So this is a lot of work, a lot of inner work, but it's not for nothing, okay? Thank you so much for being here, Aries, and I can't wait to speak with you again in a couple days for your love reading. Make sure to tune in for that, okay? Bye-bye.